Now, today we will start the discussion of JavaScript. Before going to discuss JavaScript, first we have to how much of knowledge we have understand in regarding selector forms. Okay, so now I have displayed here welcome to MCA. Now tell me which kind of selector I am using here. Can anyone tell me? Guess and tell me which kind of selector I am using here. This is welcome to MCA. I am defining here. Then I am using this code simple selector. So which kind of form it is? Which kind of form? Which kind of selector? Yeah, it's a simple selector because we are using simple tag, right? So it is called simple selector. Now another one is here I am using now. All of you see here which kind of selector it is. Class selector. Okay, to use this class selector, first we have to use operator, dot operator followed by class name, right? Now tell me this one, which kind of selector it is. ID selector. Simple answer. Here we are using ID. So to use ID, then compulsory we have to use hash symbol followed by ID name, and ID is unique. Okay, not has the same name. ID is equal to MC, not like that. ID is equal to MC, only one name we have to use. Now identify this. I think it is a little bit difficult to identify this kind of selector. Now identify which kind of selector it is. Yes, very good. It is generic class selector because we are using different tags but class name is same. So in this situation we can call it as generic selector. Very good. Now this one, here I am using different tags but I am not using any class and any IDs, right? So but I am applying this style sheet, that is color and font size. So I am using here star symbol. So which kind of it is? Yes, universal selector. Very good. It is universal selector. Okay, now we will start the discussion on div tag. Sometimes they may going to ask, explain span tag and div tag. Now you are very familiar with span tag. Okay, now today we will see div tag. What is the purpose to use div tag? See, you have aware about the frame set tag, right? In frame set tag, what we have done, we have divided our window into column wise or row wise. Similarly, we can also divide our window screen in division wise. In the frame set tag, we are using different kinds of HTML pages to add, but here we are not going to use different HTML pages, right? But we have to make a divide in our window, main window or main page. We can divide with the help of div tag. right? To apply a style to a section of a document rather than to each paragraph. So what we have to make? We have to make it split into our web page with the help of div tag like this. See, this is example of div tag. Here AITM I am displaying in blue color and MCA I am displaying in yellow color, right? So this content we have to display like this. We can make a section in our main page or different pages. We have to make a section, and in that section we have to print particular message. Then we have to go for div tag, right? So this is one div, I mean division, and this is another div tag. Here I am using two division tags, right? So how to write div tag to display this one, right? Let's see. Now I am using here div tag name followed by style. I am giving background color yellow. I am giving background color yellow. Then continue. Float left. Float left. Here one more extra property we are using here. Please all of you write on this. Float left. Float means it has to display in which side, either left side or right side. Now I am displaying this in left side, so it will display in left side. Okay, here see the output. So this is my output. Background color I have given here yellow, so yellow it is displaying. Then float left. Left means it is displaying in left side. Now I will make it here right. In this situation what will happen? See, float right I have given. It is a new feature you are learning today's class. So float right and float left. Now it is in float left. Now I have made this left to right. So what will happen? See, now see, it is displaying in right side, right? Float right means it will display in right side, right? Here I have mentioned width property and height property. Width I have given 400 px. Now I can increase this 400 px into how much? 600 px means it will increase the width to displaying this content. So width I have mentioned here 600 and height I will mention another 400. So it will increase the width and height like this. See, width is increased and height is increased, and display the content is what here? MCA, right? Like this I can also include one more div tag here. Let's see how I have to add. Simple. So take this div tag, then style background yellow. Let's copy this. So here I will print like this, yellow, then blue color I will choose blue. Okay, then into this, then I want to display a division tag in left side. So for that you can take this float left side. You can write it here or you can write it here. Don't worry about this one. Here I will write a left side. It has to display in the left side. Then width I am taking the same content, width. Then here I am going to display, that is AITM in H1, sorry, in H2 tag. Then close the division tag. Then close the division tag. See here. Now I have made two sections. This is my main web page. I have made two sections. One is right side, another one is left side with equal height and size. Let's see how this will print. See, is it looks like frames, right? But in frame set tag we have rights to include different kind of HTML, but here that facility also you can include. Okay, if I include those facility, it will become very complex, so that's why I'm not telling that concept. Just for here, div tag is responsible to what? Divide the your page into section wise and different contents it has to display, right? Now I will make another division tag here I will display here one more point. You have seen in different kinds of website. Let me see what will happen. Background color I will give red, and this I will remove, float left and right. Then width I will give only 200 px, then height I will give 100 px. Then let's see how it will print. Now it is printed here AITM, right? Something is wrong in this background div style, background color red, then width, then height 100 px. Then I am using to display AITM. So here I will give one more BR tag. So in this way we have to use a division tag. Here something is going wrong to display width and height for this tag. Okay. Is displayed here. See, AITM in red color. AITM in red color. It is displayed, right? So these all are what using the different kinds of division tags. Understood this one? Say yes or no. Okay, now here I can use these kind of properties. First you have to use div tag followed by style. If you want to apply background color or whatever it is, here you have to apply the style. By the way, which kind of style sheet here I am using? Style is equal to background color yellow. Which kind of style it is? It is inline style sheet, document level style sheet, or external level style sheet. What, Lina? It is inline style sheet, right? We are applying the styles inside the tag only, so it is called inline style sheet. So here I have taken two division tags. One is blue color and one is yellow color. So it is displayed in that way, right? Now here to make division like this, so how to write a code for this thing? Here I am using MCA second sum in H1 tag. and it is displaying in center. Then I am using two division tag. One division tag has the color background yellow, another one is blue. Here I am displaying MCA and here I am displaying AITM, right? And in background color I am using green color. See here, green color. So it is my sample web page which I want to display on the website. So for this page we have to use division tag, right? See, and you can also apply the colors in directly. I mean using inline style sheet, or you can also use a class selector. Choice is yours. Here you can use class, or here you can use ID, whatever it is. Okay, now I have taken this example for using class. Division, class name I have given my division 1. Then I am printing here IITM. Then division, second division, then class name I have given my division 2. Right, here I am displaying MCA. Then coming to this, which kind of style sheet it is? Which kind of style sheet? Inline, document level, or external? Yes, it is document level style sheet. But if it is document level, you just observe here style tag. Style, then closing the style. Inside this style you are writing the code. So it is basically class. So you have to use a dot followed by class name, my division 1. Now I am applying the color. Background color is blue. Then text align center. In center wise I am displaying AITM. In class second, that is dot my division 2, I have changing the background color yellow. Then aligning is what? Center. So the text name is what? MCA. So after running this file we will get the output like this, AITM and MCA. So all of you better write this example or this example. Both are same meanings. Whichever you can write, you can take this screenshot. So this is about div tag. Is it very easy to understand, or it is a little bit difficult for you? Kiran? Understood this, or any difficulties you have found? Okay, fine. Now we will move on to the next concept, that is we have discussed in second module, that is introduction to CSS and levels of CSS, selectors, and we have seen various properties of font and color and text properties, and we have also seen box model, then span, then div tag. Right, now the next concept is a very interesting and very attractive topic is JavaScript. Right, in JavaScript we are going to learn about controls, statement, arrays and functions, then pattern matching, how to access those elements, and how to handle events. So these all are very interesting topics. When we will feel these all are very interesting based on the CSS. First you have to understand this one, levels of CSS and selectors, then these properties, and you must know the concept of different kinds of tags. It may be form tag, or it may be UL tag, table tag, whatever it is. So to learn JavaScript, compulsory you must understand the previous concepts. Okay, that's left to you. Now we will start on the new concept, that is JavaScript. So what do you mean by JavaScript? Remember, to write JavaScript, file extension is .js. File extension is what? .js. Similarly, you have used the CSS file, right? The extension is what? .css. File name .css. Similarly, to use a JavaScript, compulsory you have to use any file name .js. J means Java, S means script, so JS, right? And HTML, any file name followed by .html. In .html, these two scripts we are going to learn. It will be JavaScript or it will be CSS. Okay, main file is HTML. In main file HTML, we can run these two files, that is CSS, another one is JavaScript. Okay, which was developed by Netscape, was originally named Mocha but soon was renamed LiveScript. Beginning, they have given the JavaScript, they were called as LiveScript. Okay, and then after 95, LiveScript became a joint venture of Netscape and Sun Microsystems, and its name again was changed. This time they have given the name is JavaScript. First they have given LiveScript, then after they have changed the LiveScript name into what? JavaScript. Okay, the language standard for JavaScript was developed in the late 1990s by this one, European Computer Manufacturers Association, ECMA. So they have developed JavaScript, right? So it is a brief introduction of JavaScript. Now this one is very important, please try to understand this. Statically typed language and dynamically typed language, the difference between statically and dynamically. So what makes these two words meaning static and dynamic? Statically typed language, where each variable and expression type is already known at compile time. When if we used statically typed language, right, once a variable is declared to be a certain data type, for example int x equal to 5, string y is equal to abc, right, certain variable we have declared, and it cannot hold the values of other data types. For example, here we have declared int x, right? It means it only accept integer numbers, not floating point, not string characters, because we have declared this is an int, right? And see here in string y is equal to, you have assigned the string that is abc, so it will not hold the integer type. Once you declare, it is fixed, not going to change anything. So these we can call statically typed language. So languages are C, C++, Java. These languages we can call what? Which kind of language? Statically typed language, means it will not change. These data types are fixed. It will not hold other data types values. Is it clear? Understood the meaning of statically typed language? Yes. If we declare int x equal to 5, it will not going to change anything. It's fixed, even though you are compiled or running time. Now another one is dynamically typed language. Here what will happen? Dynamically typed language, these languages can receive different data types. Remember this, dynamically typed language can receive different data types over time. For example, you can say Ruby, Python and JavaScript. These all are called dynamically typed languages. Now you are learning which script? That is JavaScript. You are learning JavaScript. See, I have declared two variables. I have declared here two variables. Variable x equal to 5. Variable name is equal to abc. But common keyword I am using here variable, then variable. Common keywords I am using, right? In variable x, I can insert string type characters. I can insert or I can attach string type characters. In variable name, I can insert integer type values. So it is called what? Dynamically typed languages. These languages can receive different data types. Here not only if I define variable x equal to 5, not only it is fixed to receive integer, you can change variable x equal to string also. You can insert any string value here. Understood? Are you understanding or not these points? Soumya is not there. Sumaya. Okay. So now to see the difference here, variable x equal to 5, variable name equal to ABC, and this is called dynamically typed language. But this one is what? Int x, string. These all are particular keywords we are using. Keywords means what? Here data types. Particular data types using per particular values. Per int is used per integer purpose. String is used per string purpose. So this is not same in dynamically typed language. Dynamically, once you define variable, it will accept all kinds of data types. I mean values. Not only you have to use int or string like that. Common variable we have to use to declare the variable, that is var. This is a common thing, var. So it is called dynamically typed language. So examples: Ruby, Python and JavaScript. Now you are studying JavaScript. JavaScript is a dynamically typed scripting language. That is, JavaScript variables can receive different data types over time. It can receive different data types over time. Okay. These data types are basically typed data that can be used and manipulated in our program. Now let's see another one here. We have 5 different data types in JavaScript. First we will see number and string and boolean. These are 3 basic types. We have to use these kind of data types in our scripting language. Okay. So numbers is a data type, string is a data type, boolean is a data type. So numbers means what? It will include, see, positive integer, negative integer and decimal point also. All kinds of numbers are valid in JavaScript. So for example, I can write var. To define a variable name, I have to use the keyword var followed by abc. It's a variable name. To declare variable name, which method I have to use? Here var. Then here I can assign the numbers 10, 20, 30. I am assigning numbers like this: 10, 20, 30. And another one is string. String we can insert number of characters. Hello AITM, right? Here I can also define a string variable, that is AITM, then preceded by what? var. Then here I am assigning what? MCA. And here also you can assign the numbers. Variable AITM is equal to 10 or 20 or 30, like that. Okay. And another one is boolean, represent a logical entity and can have 2 values, true and false. Boolean always have 2 values, that is true and another one is false. Now another 2 data types are null and undefined. Null, sometimes you have to use null data type in your program. That I will tell you in situation comes, at that time I will tell you in detail regarding these 2 data types, null and undefined. This type has only one value, that is null. sometimes we need null value also. Okay, because this is JavaScript belongs to what? Dynamically typed language, right? So first we have to declare a variable, then without value we have to assign. So we have to declare one variable. Then undefined, a variable that has not been assigned a value is called undefined. So I will give particular examples to understand these two data types. Okay, now it's not necessary to give those examples, that's why I'm not giving. Later I will give definitely for these data types examples. So these are our basic data types we have seen. Now remember one more point. In Java we are using to print any data, you are using what? SOP, right? System.out.println. But in JavaScript you should compulsory use document.write method. In JavaScript, which one is printf statement? Document.write method. Compulsory have to use to print any data. You have to use document.write method. It is a function is used to display dynamic content. It is used to display dynamic content through which language? Through JavaScript. Is it clear? This one is very important. To print any data on JavaScript, use document.write function. Okay, let's see some examples. So how to write a syntax to use a JavaScript? Very simple logic. In CSS we are using here style. Type is equal to text or style sheet you have written in previous examples, right? This is what JavaScript. So you have to use the keyword script followed by type is equal to text or JavaScript. This is a basic syntax you have to use. Okay. Now then close the scripting tag. Script is opened here, then script tag is closed. So inside, if you want to use any scripting language, inside this script tag you have to use here. Here you have to use the different kinds of code or piece of code inside these tags. Script, then close the script. Now let's see one very interesting example. See, I want to print variable MCA is 20. Okay, variable MCA is 20. Now how to print this method? In using JavaScript. In using JavaScript. Concentrate all of you, this is very important. Once you understood this example, then later examples will become very easy. Now I want to print this message, variable MCA is 20, right? So in which tag I have to write a code? That is first question mark. In which tag? So which tag should I use, Sumaya? I want to print this variable MCA is 20. So which tag should I use? It is a scripting language, right? So first we have to use which tag, Lina? Yes? Which tag I have to use? Script. I told already, right? What I told here, to use any kind of scripting language, compulsory you have to use script tag. Script type is equal to text or JavaScript, then close the script. Inside this tag you have to use the code. Is it clear, everyone? Now here I want to print the message variable MCA is 20. I want to print this message. So to print this, first we need which tag? Script tag, followed by type attribute. Here what I have to write? Double quotes. Here what I have to write? Text bar JavaScript. Yes, text bar JavaScript. Then last we have to close script tag, right? Now what I am displaying here, variable MCA. So what is the variable name here? Variable MCA is 20. Yes, now variable name is what here? MCA. Very good. Now I will write MCA here. To write MCA, there is a standard syntax in JavaScript. To declare any variable, compulsorily you use var. Which keyword you have to use? var. Okay, here what I have to write? var MCA. Is it clear? Variable var with the help of this keyword. Now you are using in Java what? Int, float, char, right? Similarly here you have to use a common keyword, that is var. Is it clear, everyone? var followed by what is the variable name I have taken here? MCA. Now I have to write MCA. Now what value I am printing here? 20. I am printing the value is 20. So to print 20, first I have to store this value into this variable. For that I have to write 20 semicolon. In JavaScript you may give semicolon or no need to give semicolon. By default it will take your browser. Okay. Then now I want to print variable MCA is to print any message. Which function you will use? To print any message in a JavaScript, which function you will use? Yes, that is in Java. Now I am telling in JavaScript. What is this? What are you saying others? Your simplicity. So first any message if I want to print, so we have to use document.write, then inside this bracket use double quote. Here I want to print variable MCA is. Variable MCA is. Now I want to print the value. What? 20. 20 is stored on which variable? MCA. So append plus followed by variable name. So this is a standard way to print any values in JavaScript. Then close the scripting tag. Is it clear? Kiran. Note marker error. Take screenshot or write down whatever it is. I told based on this example only you are going to learn JavaScript. Now here you tell me. Have you taken this example? Please write on this. How many variables in this example? How many variables I am using? Only one variable and one value we have displayed. Now come to this one. Here I want to print a message like this: variable MCA is 20 and variable college is AITM. So how to print this? All of you write down for this code and send me in WhatsApp group. Let me see how I will write code for this. Very simple logic. Two variables are there and two values are there. One is 20, another one is AITM. And print. To print you have to use document.write. 3 words you have to use. Let me see how you are writing. So after writing this, please send me in a group. I am waiting for your response. So for this I have to use a script type, then text or JavaScript, then variable name I have taken MCA. So variable name MCA, then I have assigned the value 20. So first variable is clear. Now the second variable I told here college. Second variable you must take, the variable name is college, then value is what? AITM. Value is AITM. To write this AITM, so variable college, then followed by what you have to write? Double quotes AITM. Double quotes AITM you have to use. Then print these two messages. To print this message, use document.write, then variable MCA is, then 20 is stored on which variable? MCA. So you have to write here plus MCA. Right. Now another one is variable college is AITM. To print this you have to use document.write, then another one is what? Variable college is, then AITM is stored on which variable? This variable you have to write, all of you. College, here you have to write college. Some people you have written here AITM, not like that. Which variable you are using, that variable you have to mention. Lina have used here 30. So we are displaying string, right? Here we have to write AITM. Then Sujit have used correct syntax, but here he failed to access that variable name. Here you have to give Sujit college, you have to give college, but you have taken AITM. Okay, so this is a sample way to use JavaScript, right? Now another one is I want to print a message like this. What is the message here? Addition of two numbers. Addition of two numbers. So how to make arithmetic operations in here? Addition of two numbers. To make addition of two numbers, how many variables we need? Sujit, 2 or 3? Yeah, 3. First we need 2 variables, then for result storing we need another variable, right? So we have to take total 3 numbers. So how to define that? Variable followed by x is equal to, give one value 10 comma y equal to 10 comma, then another variable name is z. In single line only you have to declare multiple variables, right? Then result should be stored it on where? Z variable. Result should be stored it on Z. So Z is equal to, next line, Z is equal to X plus Y. Then print the result. Document dot write the addition of two number is, where is the result stored? That is Z variable. So plus Z. You have to write like this. Okay. After your next class, you have to write this code and send me. Okay. Understood this one? How to write a code for this? See here. Take three variables. That variable name X, Y, Z. Now to define these variables, we have to use which one syntax? That is var followed by what? X has the one value. Here I am directly assigning one value, that is 10. Then another variable to define, so comma, then Y. What is the value of Y now in this situation? What is the value of Y? 10. Very good. So Y is equal to 10. Then Z is blank. No need to use the Z value because we are storing the result in Z variable, right? Now how to make the next operation here? Z is equal to X plus Y. Result will automatically calculate and store it on variable Z. Now print this result. To print this result, how? Document dot write. Now what message you will going to print? Addition of two numbers is. Addition of two numbers is. Where is the result stored? On which variable? Z. Very good. Here you have to write plus Z. Then you will get the result like this. Addition of two numbers is 20. Here 30. Okay, fine. I have taken here 10, but here it is now 30. Make it the correction 30. Okay. So this is the way you have to use arithmetic operation and simple message if you want to display on your web page. So these are basic things. Is it clear? Correct? Here you have to make addition of two number is 30. Okay. Now time is up. All of you can leave the meeting. Thank you.